Good morning, students. Today we will start a next chapter 10, that is direct and inverse proportion. In your 6th class you already studied about the proportion, which is a statement in which the two ratios are equal. Now the proportion, it has two types. One is direct proportion and another one is inverse proportion. In the first exercise, we will solve the sums related to direct proportion. And in the second exercise of 10th chapter, we will solve the sums related to inverse proportion. Now let us discuss what is direct proportion. Direct proportion, these are the two quantities related in such a manner that an increase in one result in a corresponding increase in another, or decrease in one results in corresponding decrease in another. They are said to be in direct proportion. In our daily life, there are so many situations which are based on the direct proportion beta. The first example, it is more articles will cost more. For example, if you buy some pens, right? If the cost of the one pen beta, it is 10 rupees. And if you have to buy the 10 pens, then you multiply 10 into 10. It means whenever you increase the quantity of the pen, its cost also increases. This is your direct proportion. If you decrease the quantity of pen, that if you buy rather than 10 pen, if you want to buy 5 pens only, then its cost is 50. Right? So these types of variations or these type of proportion, these are the direct proportion. Second example is more is the distance covered, more is the petrol consumed by it. Whenever you go from one place to another, you know you need the petrol, right? In order to drive some vehicle. And if you have to cover the more distance, then you know the more petrol is required. So this type of variation, it is a direct variation. And third example is more is the money deposited in the bank, then more is the interest. If you deposit more money, then more interest you will get. And if you deposit the less money, then less interest you will get. So this type of variation in which the result in one quantity gives us the change in another quantity. That is your direct proportion, right? In other words, if x and y varies directly, then ratio of x over y, it is equal to k. Where k is a positive constant. By using this relation, x over y equals to k, we will solve the exercise 10.1. Exercise 10.1, and the sum number 1 is, from the following tables find x and y, they are in direct proportion or not. If yes, then find the constant of variation, right? The first part is, when the table is given to you, x over y. Right, we find the ratio of each column. Let us take it 1, let us take it 2nd, and let us take it 3rd. Now we find the ratio. The first one is your x over y, 35 over 5. Then we find the simplest ratio by doing it static. Right? This is 5 ones and 5 7. This is 7 over 1. In second column, the ratio x over y, it is 84 over 12. And you know, 12 ones are 12 7. It is again 7 over 1. But in third column, x over y, it is 42 over 8. Now, when we convert it into the simplest ratio, we doesn't get the value 7. Now it goes in the table of 2. 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4, and 2 1s. It is 21 over 4. Now from these three ratios, we find that first ratio it is equal to second ratio, but third one is not equal. So we write down the 35 over 5, it is equal to 84 over 12, but it is not equal to 42 over 8. So, these are not in direct relation. These are not in direct proportion. Now, come to the second part. In the second part, again we find the ratio of each column. Let us take it 1, second and third. Now, x over y, it is 16 over 36. Now do the cutting of these two. 4 nines are and 4 4. Because this is 4 over 9. Now I take the second ratio, that is 28 over 63. Now again I will do the cutting. 7 nines are and 7 4. It is again 4 over 9. Now the third one is here 60 over 135. Because it is divisible by 15. 15 fours are and 15 nines are. So again its ratio is 4 over 9. So you will write yes, these are in a direct proportion. Yes, these are in direct proportion. Because 16 over 36, it is equal to 28 over 63. It is equal to 60 over 135. Ratio of each one is 4 over 9. So, constant of variation. So, constant of variation, it is 4 over 9. This is your beta first sum. Sum number 2 is complete the following table if x and y are in direct proportion. Beta, you everybody know in direct proportion x over y, it is a constant, or x over y, it remains the same, right? Now first of all, I will take, we have to find these values which are the missing in this table. Let us take it x1, it is x2, and in the y side let us take it be y1. Now you know in direct proportion x over y, it remains the same. So I will find the x over y from the second column, 16 over 72. First of all, converting into the simplest ratio. We divide it with the table 4 4s are 16, 4 1s are 4, 5, 6, 7, 4 8s are 32. Again it is divisible by 2, 2 2s are 4 and 2 9s. So we get the ratio, that is 2 over 9. Now we equate this ratio with each one of these tables and find the corresponding values of x1, x2 and y1. Let us equate first of all first and second ratio. And the first ratio, it is given to you x1 over 45. Now it is equal to 2 over 9. But by cross multiplying, we will find the value of x1. x1 into 9 equals to 2 into 45. So x1, it is 2 into 45 over 9. 9 5s are. So x1, it is 2 5s are 10. So beta, first missing value here in this table, x1, it is 10. Now I find the second value, that is y1. Right? Now I equate second and third, and 26 over y1, because it is equal to now this again simplest ratio, that is 2 over 9. Now again I do the cross multiply. I will get 26 into 9, it is 2 into y1. Now 26 into 9, it is divided by 2 and I will get y1. 2 1s are and 2 3s are. Now 13 9s are 170. It is beta your y1. This is your second missing value in the table. Now the third missing value is x2. This is your beta second missing value. The third missing value is x2 over 180. It is again equals to the ratio 2 over 9. Again do the cross multiply. x2 into 9, it is 2 into 180. x2, it is 2 2 into 180. 9, divide these values. 9 2s are and 20 into 2, I will get 40. So the x2 it is 40. By putting these values in the table, you can complete this table. Now, x1 is beta 10 over 45. Second one is 16 over 72. Third, the missing value I will find. Second one is 26, and y1 it is 170, and fourth one it is x2, and that is 40 over 180. So in this way you can complete the table. Sum number 4 of exercise 10.1 is a car travels 432 km on 48 liters of petrol. How far would it travel on 20 liters of petrol? Now, let us suppose the distance traveled in 20 liters of petrol be x kilometer. But first of all, we make a table. In the first row, I write down the distance traveled. And it's also written here, that is in kilometer. And in the second row, I write down the quantity of petrol. And you everybody know the quantity of petrol, it is in a liter. Now, according to the statement, when the car covers 432 km, then it requires the petrol 48. Now, when the quantity of petrol is less, that is, it decreases from 48 to it becomes about 20. It means it covers a less distance, because whenever the quantity of petrol is decreases, then vehicle it covers a less distance. So I write down less quantity of petrol, less distance. So it is direct proportion. Now I write down 432 over 48. It is x over 20. By cross multiplying, we will find the value of x. 432 into 20. It is x into 48. Now 432 into 20 over 48, it is x. Now when I do the cutting, you know 4 5s and 4 12s. Again I will do the cutting in the table of 2, that is 6 2s are 12 beta, 6 7s are 42, 6 2s are. Again 2 divides 72 in the table of 36, 236. Now 36 multiplied by 5, we will get 180. So distance travel is 180 km. Right? Now, the sum number 5 is Sophie types 108 words in 6 minutes. How many words would she type in half an hour? Half an hour means 30 minutes. More times and more words she will type. So, let us write here, let Sophie types words in half an hour. Beta, half an hour it means 30 minutes. Everybody know. Half an hour it is equal to 30 minutes. And let us suppose the word types in half an hour, it is x. Now again, first of all, I will draw the table, and in the first column I will write down the words. And here time, and time I measure in minutes. Time it is in minutes, beta. Now according to the statement, Sophie types 108 words and time 6 minutes she will take. Now in the second column I have to find the words, that is x. In how many minutes? In 30 minutes. More time, more words she will type, right? More time, more words she will type. So, it is direct variation. And you know, in the direct variation, both ratios are equal. 108 over 6, it is x over 30. Do the cross multiplication. 108 into 30, it is x into 6. Now 108 into 30, it is divided by 6. You will get x. Now 65, sorry. Now 108, it is when multiplied by x, we will get x, it is 540 words. So it means SOBI types 540 words, right?